this story that they have been telling with Mariah May and Toni Storm is the best story in the history of AEW. And honestly, it's one of the best told stories in the wrestling industry this century. These two women have done an amazing job ever since the very beginning. Kind of following that pattern of the old Hollywood flick All About Eve, with the young contender who follows the path, of the star, only to turn on her. And Mariah May, I mean, rookie of the year as far as North American wrestling goes. She was in contention for that, absolutely. I mean, she's done a lot of work overseas, of course, but when it comes to North American wrestling, she's at the top of the list. I mean, she when she turned on Toni, she really, came on as a top performer across the entire industry in women's wrestling. And I thought she did awesome with the title. Here they are with that third big singles match, and they hit it completely out of the park. Ultimately, they get up to the top of the ramp again, and you get Toni just hammering away on Mariah with that shoe that she had used against her when this whole split started between the two. Which, I mean, that when they did the flip on television several months ago, that was an all-timer when Mariah flipped, and how Mariah sold that when she turned heel and just flipped her personality on a dime. But then we saw here, you get Toni hitting her with the chair, and then they go through the table with the Storm Zero, and Toni covers for the finish. And then you get the end, up there on the screen, and both women just bloody as hell. Toni just laying on top of her former protege, and that's the closing shot. I mean, some people criticize AEW sometimes. They say they go too far with the violence, but I mean, I think this story warranted it. This wasn't just some like one-off match. This is a story that they have been building for months and months and months through incredible matches. Match of the year contender. I mean, I'd be close to the full 5 stars on this one, and I don't go beyond 5 stars. It's the 5-star scale for me. I'm probably going 5 stars on this. This was a hell of a match. I mean, hats off to Mariah May and Toni Storm. Both did an incredible job on this one.